Diddy is guilty and not guilty, now facing only years rather than life in prison after dodging his most extreme charges. And now you have many saying that this exposes a dark truth about social media, celebrity, and power. So what's really going on? Let's talk about it. Because the jury, they reached a split verdict today, and of the 5 charges against him, he was found guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, but not guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking, which were much weightier charges. And so it was no surprise to hear that Diddy celebrated the news with reports saying that he pumped his fist in the air as the verdict was read and then knelt on his chair to pray. You also had his supporters cheering outside of the courthouse. Some people even poured baby oil on one another. Not everyone agreed with the jury's decision, and those disagreements were on full display at the courthouse.
He beat him! He beat him! He kicked him! He spit on him!
As all of that, it plays out in the court of public opinion, you might be wondering, well, what the hell actually happened in the court of law that didn't persuade the jurors? And there, it seems that many are especially hung up on the fact that he was found guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution, but not sex trafficking. Or with some wondering, well, okay, what exactly are the differences between those 2 charges? And well, the key difference is coercion, and the prosecution had to prove that the 2 women in question, Cassie and another ex only identified as Jane, that they were forced or pressured to participate in the so-called freak-offs. But as you had the New York Times explaining, the biggest victory for the defense here was convincing jurors that the 2 women were not coerced. Or because the defense, they repeatedly pointed to texts where the women conveyed interest and enthusiasm for the encounters. And while the women, they claim that they were just telling Diddy what he wanted to hear as they were stuck in controlling relationships, reportedly, the jury did not view Mr. Combs' treatment of his girlfriends as sex trafficking. But follow to stay in the loop.